Evening everyone, welcome to our post-match press conference following our semi-final second leg against Bengaluru FC. With me is head coach Wes Buckingham. Floor's open, please introduce yourself and ask questions.
Coach, tough luck on the loss, brilliant from yesterday. Just wondering your thoughts on the match, the season you've had so far, and what are you going to tell the boys tonight?
Firstly, well done to Bengaluru and good luck in the final. Overall for our season, I'm very proud of what we've been able to do. I look back across the last 10 to 12 months, starting in the Champions League, and what we were able to do there, not just in terms of results, but in terms of performance and showcasing what the type of football we want to play on that stage. I look at the Durand Cup final, making the Durand Cup final, and then I look at the 18-game unbeaten streak that won us the league. We thought we had enough to come here, and we done what we needed to do. They won at our place, and we've now come here and beat them at theirs, but it wasn't enough, and it's gone to penalties. So it's a bit of a heartbreaking way to exit at the final stage or the playoff stage. But overall, when you put it over the last 10 to 12 months, I'm very proud of what we've been able to do, and that includes the season, but more so how we've gone about playing to do that whilst also achieving success. So we'll be back. We'll build upon what we've done, and we'll be ready. Firstly for the Super Cup, but secondly for the other competitions that follow.
Coach, tough luck on the loss today. But Purva had a very good match. They all listeners say you should go take it to the Federation Cup. And I saw him sitting outside and going to the dugout. What do you make of his performance? How he's been throughout the season?
Yeah, Fuba's had his first breakout season, if you like, and he's done extremely well. He's one of the many young players that have stepped into our team. I know a lot of the attention sometimes and the headlines maybe go to some of the foreign players that we have. But when you look across our team, we've got I think we've got a good balance of good young Indian players that we're trying to encourage to develop and play a certain way, and Fuba is one of them. Then you look at left back with Vignesh and Mehtab at centre back. Obviously Apoya didn't play tonight, but we've got Vinny in there, young Vikram and Ayush, and I could go on. I'm not going to, but the way that those players have come on this season and developed themselves and showcased that they can play the way we want them to play, and that's going to put them in a good position for the future, and it's going to be a very exciting future for this club if they can keep doing that.
Coach Satvik from Kerala. What do you say to someone like Mehtab after all the teams fought through, come back in the tie, and then you go to penalties, and Mehtab's the only guy who's this club? What do you say? How do you put the shoulder on him, and what do you say to Soldier at the end of the day?
Look, Mehtab knows what I think about him. Firstly as a player, and secondly as a person. The way he come on in my first 12 months of this club and developed himself, and the way he's gone about what he's done this year has been fantastic. To see the growth in him as a person, see the growth in him as a player, and you look across the league, he's for me one of the best young Indian centre backs coming through, and he's partnered now with Mutada and he's partnered with Rostin. But he'll be disappointed tonight because he'll feel that there's some fault on him, but there isn't. I thought there was some wonderful penalties somebody was going to miss, and it will take some time, I'm sure, for him to get over, but he knows exactly what I think, he knows exactly what the group think about him. And we'll get round him, look after him, and when he reflects back upon his season, he'll realise, if he doesn't already, how extremely well he has done.
Towards the end of regulation time and towards the end of extra time, there are a lot of chances with crosses coming in, and Pereira has missed a couple of opportunities he would have to score. So what do you make of those missed chances, those 50s to 50-50s? Do you think the game could have gone another way, another direction?
Yeah, I think so. When you include the penalty miss in the first half as well, I think we created more than enough to score more than the two goals we scored tonight, but it wasn't to be. To come here and score two, until I said to take the game at 90 minutes 2-1 here on the run that this team are on was good. We created many more, we just weren't able to take those chances tonight. So, yeah, like I said, they made it very difficult, but the most important thing is the way we played, we created. We do that 9 times out of 10 against other teams, and this team. We'll not only develop players, but we'll continue to push what we want to do in terms of playing style.
Coach, Anand from Sportskeeda. What I wanted to ask you is, the first half obviously you created a lot of chances and you had penalties as well. But then you went into the half 1-0 down in the game, 2-0 down arguably. So at halftime for you, what was kind of the message to the players to kind of get back in the game? Do you think they really responded from then until the end of extra time? Obviously, penalties are always lovely, but just a reflection on performance overall.
Yeah, we've spoken all season about learning as a group, and we reflected before the game on some of the learnings we've taken from the season. And when I look back at some of the lessons that we learned, one struck me against Chennai. We were away. We went 2-0 down. And there's things that can happen when that happens. Same as tonight, 2-0, the game can go one of two ways. The learning from the Chennai game was stick to what we know, trust what we do, and trust what you're capable of doing. And that was the message again at half-time. If we hadn't have created or played very well first half, it would have been a concern. But it was trust what you do. We've got a way of doing things, and you know it, and you're very good at doing it. We tweaked a couple of things we needed to get a little bit better at, but the message was very much believe in what you do and what we do. And we've shown that if we do that over a period of time, Chennai being an example, and again second half today, we put ourselves in very strong positions.
Yes, you were trying to make a substitution just before the end of the game. Was there any communication problem with you?
Was it what, sorry?
Was there any communication problem? Was it the whistle blown too fast in the substitution?
Was there a communication gap or any problem?
Yeah, we told the fourth official we wanted to make... Now, Fall was struggling a little bit with his hamstring, so we just wanted to make sure we had a player on the pitch that if need be, we could take the penalty. We tried to get Alberto on. We asked the referee to be able to do that, and I don't know if it was a communication problem between the fourth and the referee, but the referee blew up before he could make the sub. In the end, it didn't matter because Matada said, "I'll take the penalty," and he scored it anyway. So it's, yeah, we were trying to do it for that reason, but it wouldn't have affected the outcome either way.
Also, word on Purba, the amount that he's improved over the last 2 years, he's been outstanding today as well. So, what do you look at this season as, in terms of
Fuba's worked with two very good goalkeeper coaches. We had David Coles last year, who's worked in the Premier League and with some top goalkeepers. And he's worked this season with Ramos. And both of them have tried to push and drive him. But when you come in and you see our goalkeeper group, we've got Navas, who's been so patient this season, and the relationship that they have together with Bhaskar and now with young Ahan. It's a very strong and good goalkeeper group where they push each other. And Fuba's taken full advantage of a position that you don't often get too many chances in. He waited very patiently last season for an opportunity. He got it. Then he got COVID and he had to come back out. And then he got an opportunity with the Champions League, performed, and that was the reason he stayed in as number one. So to see the progress that he's made in 12 months has been great, but that's largely down to his hard work. But it's certainly down to the goalkeeper coaches in the group that work so hard on a daily basis to push each other.
Last one for me. I don't know if this has already been asked, but I came in today. You had one final in the World Cup, the semi-finals where you had another tournament coming up. When you look at the whole season as a whole, how happy are you with where you are, with your team, and the way you're playing?
Yeah, I think, look, the first thing is we wanted to make the final. We've done everything we could to try and make the final. But I'll go back to what I said earlier with the last 10 months. We finished fifth last year. The reality is we finished fifth. We didn't make this stage, and we certainly didn't play anywhere at the level of football that we wanted to. We recruited and planned to have a successful season this year. When I look at the 2 wins in the Champions League and the draw, when I look at making the Dragon Cup final, when I look at winning the league after being unbeaten in 18 games and picking up the Shield, and then I look at, tonight it's disappointing with the result, but kind of how we've come here to play in the form that they're in, but also the way that we've been able to do that. It hasn't been get the ball, play long, and we've got a way that we play, and regardless of the scoreline and regardless of the level of competition that we play at, it's been so pleasing to see the players do that, because if they can do that, they'll develop so much better. And then also be able to showcase what Indian players certainly can do, not just at this stage, but when we get opportunities in Asia to go and try and perform there as well.
Any further questions? Cool. Okay. Thank you, Jeff.
Thank you very much. We'll see you in the Super Cup.